Hey, you know that old saying, the 36th time is the charm? That's what we're hoping, because that's how many times we've tried to make this video. So, I am John, this is Audrey, and we just wanted to give you a quick update on what is happening at Wolf Mountain in the 2020 summer. We know that there are a lot of questions. We will let you know, honestly, we still have a lot of questions that we've asked our county government all the way up to the governor's office. And there are a lot of answers that just aren't available yet. So because of that, we wanted to focus on the main question that you guys are asking us. And that question is,
Are we having camp this summer?
in all of the research and all the questions that we've been able to ask thus far, based on county ordinances and recommendations that we've gotten from all those that we've talked to, nobody feels that it would be likely that Wolf Mountain would be able to open until the end of June, which means at this point, Wolf Mountain has had to make the very tough decision to cancel all of our camps through the end of June. Now with that, we do pray and ask the Lord and have petitioned our county for the opportunity to operate in July. But we know that brings up a lot more questions, like,
What do I do if I've already registered?
if you've already registered for camp in June, there's a couple options. If God opens up the door for us to operate in the month of July, we will be in contact and we will see what we can do to fit you into one of the weeks that we're operating in the month of July. If we open then, it's going to be with a lot of social distancing guidelines, which will limit our capacity quite substantially. But we would love to still be able to do ministry to as many people as we can. And so that's why we've asked the county government for some very clear guidelines and exceptions. If you're able to come in July, we'd work hard with you to get you into those camps. If you're not able to come in July and you've already registered for a June camp, there's a couple different things you can do. Number one, we can move that registration payment forward to 2021. So the $50 you gave to register a spot in 2020 would become actually $60 in 2021. The camp would go ahead and put in that extra $10 for the convenience of allowing us to keep the money in the bank account and going toward bills that we have this year. The second option that you would have would be that you could ask for a full refund. Right now, it looks like we may have several more months without income, and we would ask, if we give you a full refund, if we could do that closer to the months of July or August. But we would work hard to get you absolutely everything that you've put into this summer of camp. The third option would be, if you choose and you feel like it would be something God was leading you to do, would be to donate that money toward camp. It would go to our COVID relief, and it would go to continuing to keep the camp in good shape and operational until we're able to open up again and continue to serve campers. Any three of those options work fine for us. We just miss campers. It's been over 2 months since we've had campers here, and I'll be honest, it's very, very quiet here. We cannot wait for campers to return. So if you could, be praying with us that God would open up the door for us to operate in the month of July. And as well, you can follow us on social media, on Facebook and Instagram, for updates about what's going on. One of our goals and what we look at as part of our ministry here at camp is putting daily verses of encouragement to help people think right. One of the things that God's really challenged me with during this time is the reminder that in Numbers chapter 21, the children of Israel became much discouraged about the way. It was the way that they were traveling. It was the way that God was leading them into the promised land, but it was hard. It had ups and it had downs. And I'll tell you, as a camp director, I have felt that way a lot during this COVID time. But what the children of Israel chose to do was they turned against God and they turned against their leadership, and they started to complain. And one of my prayers for my own heart, and hopefully for everybody that's watching this video, is that we don't do what the children of Israel did, but actually do what Moses did. The Bible says in Number 21 that Moses turned and he prayed for the people. And so, if you will, pray that God opens up the opportunity to do ministry. But also, pray that God keeps our hearts in good fellowship with him, that he keeps our attitudes right, even when we have no control over what's going on around us, and there's people making decisions that are affecting our daily lives. we can't get discouraged because of the way, but what we can do is encourage ourselves in the Lord. We look forward to having you back at camp. We look forward to serving you as families, as churches, and as individuals. And we look forward to seeing what God is going to do through something that we have absolutely no control over. Thank you. Keep praying for us. And Lord willing, we'll see you soon.